What's the difference between being furloughed versus laid off, and what should you do if you find yourself in either of those situations? Hi, I'm Brittney Castro, Head of Education at Altruist, and you're watching Learn. All right, let's dive into today's topic. A lot of people are wondering, what is this word furloughed and how is that different than being laid off? Well, basically, furloughed is a mandatory unpaid temporary leave of absence. So a company usually does this when they're facing challenging financial times and still want to keep you as quote unquote employee, but gonna let you go for a specific period of time when you don't work or you don't get paid during that time. So typically this is more cost efficient, less detailed and complex for companies to do. And the intent is that they're gonna bring you back on after a period of time at the same position and same pay. Now, if you find yourself being furloughed and you're still in the accumulation phase of your financial planning life, meaning you're saving for retirement, then what you want to do is actually make sure you file for unemployment, because typically you still can get unemployment. You definitely want to review your financial plan and budget and see how will you adjust to any loss of income during this time or reduced income during this time, and how will you get through that? Are you going to take from your cash cushion? Do you have to find other side work to cover the bills? And obviously, if you do other side work, how will that affect your unemployment benefits? Some companies don't let the benefits continue, so make sure you review your benefits to see if you need to get individual coverage, health insurance, or retirement benefits might not be available to you during this time that you're away. And often when you're furloughed, you kind of feel like you're in limbo. So I would suggest that you also update your resume, LinkedIn, make sure you're preparing yourself, because sometimes companies can actually turn furloughs into permanent layoffs. So don't leave yourself in that situation. Prepare yourself, do what you can to get through this time, but also know that you can check in with your employer and kind of just get a feel for it. Are they going to bring you back in the time that they told you, or do you need to really get serious about looking for other work? Now, if you're laid off and in the accumulation phase, then definitely consult with your financial advisor. You're going to need to review, what are you going to do to cover any income loss? Can you file for unemployment based on state laws? How will you start applying for new work? If you had a 401k, then you should consider rolling that over into an IRA, or maybe if you get a job right away, their new 401k. So it's always best to work with your financial advisor and just go through the list of things you need to do in either of those situations. Now, if you're closer to retirement, it's a different story. Again, you definitely need to work with your financial planner on updating a budget or a plan. But if you're furloughed, then you might just want to say, okay, how does this affect my retirement? If I'm not able to save into my 401k or retirement plan during this time, is that going to delay my retirement date that we've been planning for? Meaning, do you have to maybe work longer because now you're out of work, not saving for retirement? If you've been laid off, sometimes you got to look and say, how does this affect my retirement projections? Sometimes people can just stop working early because their retirement is very good, and they're able to still retire a little bit early. Some people will need to maybe delay retirement because actually they weren't set up for their retirement goal quite yet. So now they need to really get aggressive at the next job at saving for retirement during that time that they missed. So in either of these situations, I know it can be a little frustrating and probably challenging, but just remember, hang in there, work with your qualified financial professional to help you update the budget, update the plan that you've been working on, and just do your best to take the steps in either of these situations. So I hope this video was valuable. Make sure you watch the next one, and in the meantime, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you never miss an episode, and also come over to social media, Instagram, Twitter, and continue the conversation. This is Brittney Castro, and I'll see you next time.